Welcome to the North Carolina DPI online licensure system. Before we get started, there's a few things that need to be uploaded into Sage, and you need to make sure that they're there. You need to make sure you have uploaded your NCDPI. You need to make sure you have completed all your professional developments. You need to make sure your scores are in Sage. And you also need to make sure that you have uploaded your student teaching forms, your IHELEA capacity of student teaching. Okay. Making sure all of that is done, then you are ready to register. If you have not already registered, please go to NCDPI registration and get an ID and a password. We're going to go on and log on to the system. And we're going to start a new in-state initial standard professional education license. We're going to start a new application. When you get to this page, make sure you read all the instructions and the introductions. There are several ways to maneuver around in this application. You can either go from column to column down the left-hand side, or you can hit next at the bottom. To get started, we're going to start with the name and personal details. You would put your first name, your last name, your social security number, your birth date, and your gender. Go to your contact information next. This needs to be your permanent address, what you want to show on your license. Use the drop-down box for the state. And pick the county where you want your license to be from. Your phone number. And an email address. Now, make sure you have something in every selection that has a red asterisk beside it. Next is our ethnicity and race. It's going to ask you if your ethnicity is Hispanic or Latino. You would say, indicate whatever it is, and then do the drop-down box and pick your race. The next is your work authorization. It's basically saying either you're a U.S. citizen or you have to prove your work authorization for your application, like if you had a green card or whatever. Most of us are U.S. citizens, so you would indicate that and go to your education. For this application, we're going to use elementary as our major. You go here and you have a list of all of the community college and universities in the state of North Carolina. Be careful with this list, it's very long, and make sure you pick the right one. Your major is the same. It is any major that any community college or university could have. You're going to pick your education level, which is bachelor's. And then on your degree conferred awarded date, this cannot be a date in the future. So for this example, we're going to use somebody who graduated in December and is just getting around to getting their license. You will not be able to complete this application for May graduates until after you receive your degree posted transcript. Your license verification area. There are 3 different types: administrative, student services, and teaching. We're going to select teaching. Your license area. Will be elementary. Your degree level is bachelor again, and your program completion date for this example is still going to be December. Now, you're going to route this to a North Carolina college or university for recommendation. If you do not say yes and route it to NC State, it will sit out there in limbo, and we don't want that. So make sure you route it to NC State University so we can review it and recommend you for a license. Experience. Since this is your initial standard professional educator license, you really won't have any experience, so you can skip this field. Then you would go to affiliation. It says here, indicate the North Carolina school system if currently hired or employed. Leave blank if unemployed. We have found out since the system has gone into effect that if you do not put the county in which you are going to apply for a job, that they will not see your application. So I would suggest under education body, put school district, and then select the county that you are going to apply for employment. Your statement of applicant. These are the 2 questions that you've probably been asked before, but we have to ask again, or you have to answer again. Have you ever had allegations of professional misconduct or had a professional certificate or license revoked or suspended by any state or governing body? You want to be able to say no to each of these statements. If you've ever had something happen and you have to say yes, then you want to give an explanation in the comments sections. Under the application attachments, this is where you have, if you had a mishap under the last statement of applicants, you put your court documents. Under other documents, that is where you would put your student teaching or any transfer credits from another college that show up on your NC State transcript. Your test scores are where your praxis go, and then your transcript area is where your NC State awarded transcript goes. You won't be able to do that until after May 7th. You can apply for your NC State degree awarded transcript at any time, and it's best to go on and do that so you can be one of the first to complete your application. You do that by going online and applying for your transcript and from Records and Registration. They can send you an electronic copy, and that will be easy to attach to this list. You want to say, when you're ordering your transcript, whole for posting of award. or posting of degree. You don't want your transcript to come the next day, so you have to say hold for awarding of degree. The summary is all of the columns that you have filled out together. You want to go through this information very carefully, make sure everything is spelled right, everything is the way you want before you hit submit. Once you hit submit, it goes to a page where you pay for your license. You can only pay for your license by credit card. So you want to have all of this handy and all of the things that you need to attach handy before you begin this application, or certainly before you end it. If you have any questions, please call me at 919-515-7160 and I will be glad to help you. If you have had a name change or you want to add something by praxis, that is what we call bundling. So when you go to the paying page, you would say add to cart this application, and then you would go back and do an application for each thing that you want to do. Name change, praxis, whatever. Thank you very much and good luck on your endeavor.